This is Professor Bob Young, and this is an instructional video on absolute value and absolute value equations. So we'll start out with the definition of absolute value, which is the distance from zero a number lies on the number line. And the notation for absolute value are these little bars here. So this would say the absolute value of 3. And to get that, you would just have to think about it. It wouldn't take long. How far is 3 from 0 on the number line? And it's 3 units, so the absolute value of 3 is 3. Try another one. The absolute value of -7 is 7. It is 7 units from 0 on the number line. So since we are talking about this word distance, we always measure distance in terms of positive numbers. All right, how about fractions? Oh, Young, please know the absolute value of -3/5 is positive 3/5. Yes, -3/5 is 3/5 from 0, so that's how easy it is here. So a lot of students say, I got it, Young, the absolute value is always a positive number. Well, sort of. Now, of course, they can always be mean in books. They could give you one like this, minus the absolute value of -9. In this case, the absolute value of -9 does come out as 9, but this negative on the outside is not being affected by the absolute value, so you would end up with a -9 as a result. So be careful. Always is such a harsh word. All right, now let me clear this off here. And the next thing we want to talk about is absolute value equations. All right, now absolute value equations usually have 2 answers. Okay, now did I use the word always again? No, I said usually have 2 answers. So let's look at what we mean by this. If we're solving an equation with absolute values, we'll take, let's say, the absolute value of x equals 7. All right, so the answer here, there are really 2 numbers on the number line that would be 7 from 0. And that would be, well, positive 7, or the answer could be -7 would satisfy those requirements. So usually an absolute value has 2 answers. All right, now let's try one that's got a little more on it here. How about the absolute value of 3x minus 1 equals 2? All right, now to solve this again, even though this has got more inside the absolute value, and what I tell a lot of students, don't mess with what's in here. And I'm going to actually put that here. You know, we professors, we put these complex notes here. I'm going to put, don't ever mess with what's inside the absolute value. Just leave it alone. To get your answers, just take whatever's in there, set it equal to 2, or take whatever's in there and set it equal to -2, because what's inside that absolute value has to be 2 units from 0. So that will get you your 2 answers. So we have 2 basic equations to solve for x now, so let's keep going. Add 1 to both sides, 3x equals 3. Dividing by 3, x equals 1. So there's our first answer. To get the second one, still add 1 to both sides. 3x equals -2 plus 1 would be a -1 divided by 3. And then the second answer would be x equals -1/3. And we can check this. That's what I love about equations, is you could actually take one of these 2 answers and plug it in here. So I'm going to take this -1/3, and I'm going to check it up here for x. You thought I was going to take the easy number and check it, didn't you? No, Young takes the tough ones and checks them. So we'll take 3 times -1/3 minus 1 and see if that equals 2. Now, when you multiply 3 times -1/3, remember the 3's will cross-cancel out, because you could make that 3 over 1 if you wanted to. And then that would leave you with -1 minus 1 inside the absolute value, which if you add those numbers together is the absolute value of -2. So by golly, it does check, as would 1 if you plugged it in and checked it. So always check equations in the original problem to make sure they make sense. And you can never miss one on the test. Now, Young, when does an absolute value equal 0 here? So let me put something else up here. When does an absolute value not have two answers? When does an absolute value not have two? That's a good question. You know, because the inquiring minds may want to know. Well, let's take a basic one here. What if someone gave you the absolute value of C equals 0? Now, you couldn't say C equals 0 or C equals -0, for 0 has no sign. So in this case, you would only get one answer for the absolute value. Or what if you were to given the absolute value of D equals a negative? The absolute value of D equals -8. Well, an absolute value, because you're measuring distance, always is used positive numbers for answers. So if they give you one like this, no solution. There is no number in the universe that you can plug in there that will ever come out to be a negative, because remember the definition of absolute value. So those are the cases. All right. Now, one other thing I want to make clear here, and this is very important, and we haven't come across one like this yet, but let's just go ahead and type some more good notes in here for you and everything. Whenever you're doing these absolute value equations, always isolate the absolute value first. Always isolate the absolute value first. Now, we haven't come across such a creature yet, but now we're going to. Let's say someone gives you the absolute value of 5x minus 1 minus 2 equals 3. All right, now you must get the absolute value first, so we're going to go ahead and add 2 to both sides. I have seen more students miss absolute value problems because of this than you wouldn't believe. All right, so if I get the absolute value by itself first, I get the absolute value of 5x minus 1 equals 5. I know I've got 2 answers to this one because that's a positive number. If it had come out to be 0, 1 answer. If I would have got the absolute value by itself and it came out equal to a negative, guess what? No solution. So to get your 2 answers here, take whatever's in there, don't mess with that, equals 5 or what? You got it, -5. And then just solve and get you 2 answers. So basic equation here, add 1 to get x by itself, 5x equals 6. Divide both sides by 5, so first answer, x would be 6/5. We can check it up there if you want. Add 1 to both sides here. 5x equals -4. You ready for the second answer? Divide by 5, or x equals -4/5. And we will check the positive answer this time. We could check either one. So we're going to take this -6/5 in color, plug it back in up here. Young likes those colors. And we're going to take 5 times 6/5, okay, minus 1, and this is all inside the absolute value here, and then subtract 2. Will that give us 3? We will see in a second. Multiplying 5 times 6/5, now the 5s cancel out, because you can put 5 over 1 again, so don't let fractions worry you. Fractions are no problem, and you will get the absolute value of 6 minus 1 minus 2, well, that's the absolute value of 5 minus 2, which does give us, as you will see, 3, because that absolute value of 5 comes out 5. All right, so I'm going to go ahead here and pull up a handout that is in Angel in your supplemental handouts. Let's see if I can find it here real quick. There it is. And it is giving you a lot of information on absolute values. Now, we've discussed intersection and union there earlier on, too. There is a video on intersection and union you can watch if you need to refresh on that. But here is what we've talked about so far with absolute value equations. So if you have the absolute value of any positive number, notice I said n is greater than or equal to 0 there, you're going to get your two answers. Notice I also put, be sure to isolate the absolute values first. All right. And then I did another example where you'll get two answers down here. Notice I said if you ever get the absolute value of something equal to a negative, no can do. And we did discuss when it comes out to equal 0, that would be the one time you get one answer. And I will come back on the next video and we will address double absolute value equations. All right, so Professor Bob Young signing off. Hope this helped your cause. Take care.